Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia help a paralyzed patient with rehabilitation and financial assistance. A Vietnamese teenager expresses gratitude toward a Taiwanese doctor who saved her life 12 years ago. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In 2016, a care recipient in Malacca, Malaysia, suffered a stroke and lost his speaking abilities. He's unable to express himself and also half paralyzed. Due to losing the breadwinner of the home, the family struggled financially. The wife of the home went all over looking for help. However, no one was willing to help her. It wasn't until she met Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers that the family's life take a turn for the better.
From when he was bedbound to sitting till now, able to stand up again, even walking a few steps. This is all thanks to the help of Tzu Chi volunteers. Also, the compassion is given from the donating members.
At the year-end blessing ceremony in Malacca, the whole family went on stage to give their uttermost sincere thanks to everyone that has helped them through this difficult time. In 2016, the husband of the family lost his speaking abilities due to suffering from a stroke. Therefore, the family was struggling financially, and Tzu Chi gave the timeliest assistance.
I'm more than happy. I have never ever been treated so well like how Tzu Chi has treated our family. I had asked for help everywhere, with my child in the pouring rain or under the scorching sun. What I was looking for was some diapers. I never found any. Then Tzu Chi volunteers not only sent 1 or 2 packs of diapers to us, but a box of 10 packs.
In addition to living assistance, rehabilitation treatment was also arranged for the recovering husband.
In fact, we're all very happy to see him progress so much. We hope that he'll be able to walk and take care of himself as soon as possible.
And at home, the bathroom armrests were installed, as well as some physical therapy equipment.
I have a giant support system behind me. The Tzu Chi volunteers have helped me a lot. Really, they are so wonderful.
Love is one of the greatest sense of hope in the world. It gives the people in need both warmth and comfort.
Although the number of Brunei Tzu Chi volunteers is less than 10, they have done much for the local residents. A long-term care mission has been established to care for mentally challenged children and senior citizens. This year, the volunteers also received a certificate of appreciation signed by the Crown Princess of Brunei. Let's have a look.
This center is for children with mental disabilities. 4 years ago, Tzu Chi volunteers have started visiting regularly. Before, the children would hide from strangers, but now they're not shy anymore. Arab is a boy who has intellectual disability. He drew beautiful flowers for everyone as a way to show his gratefulness. Under the teacher's encouragement, the little girl also wrote down her appreciation to the volunteers.
Taiwan.
It's almost the end of the year. The volunteers especially brought their favorite stationery supplies. Therefore, the center gave a certificate of appreciation signed by the Crown Princess of Brunei. This is also the first time that Tzu Chi volunteers have received a certificate. Besides caring for the children, the volunteers also visit the seniors. A monthly visit is also conducted at the senior nursing home. While delivering delicious vegetarian meals, activities were also arranged. As the New Year is coming, the volunteers also distributed red envelope of wisdom and blessing. Although there aren't many volunteers in Brunei, but they still walk into the communities and continuously helping people in need.
The Cambodian NGO TYDA signed an MOU with the Tzu Chi Foundation in May of this year. Ever since then, they have jointly organized free clinics in remote areas. The two sides are eager to work together to benefit more impoverished patients. Recently, the TYDA CEO led a medical team to Singapore to participate in a medical seminar. During the trip, they also took the time to visit Tzu Chi DaAi Gallery.
A transnational cooperation took place between Tzu Chi and the Cambodian NGO Sindak Techno Volunteer Youth Doctor Association back in May. A medical collaboration MOU was signed, and the teams headed over to the Dankor landfill in Phnom Penh to conduct a free clinic. There were also 5 doctors who flew to Singapore to participate in a medical seminar. They also took the time and visited the Tzu Chi DaAi Gallery.
No, it's not charged.
Free.
Yeah,
free.
it's free. Yeah.
That's why the name is Free Clinic.
Yeah.
Starting from the most familiar, the medical mission, then expanding to all 8 major footprints of the Tzu Chi Foundation.
History of Tzu Chi since 1937. Yes, so many activities that they have our all people in the world, not just only Taiwan.
Is it very tired after the conference and then have to come here?
A little bit, but happy. And then we hope that our collaboration is going to be long-lasting in the future. Yeah.
Every encounter creates a deeper connection. The accumulation of trust with one another is the key to success in future collaborations.
Mr. Chen was an engineer who lives in Guantian, Tainan. He suffered severe burns in a fire accident 3 years ago, and he also had a stroke. At one point, he was about to give up on himself. Fortunately, city volunteers have cared for him and gradually opened up his heart and mind.
Under volunteers' companionship, 48-year-old Mr. Chen showed a joyful smile like a child who's going to a field trip. This is his first time going outdoors since he got injured.
He was an engineer and he got burned when the company was on fire. Afterward, he had a stroke. It's been hard for him to take these challenges.
During his rehabilitation, we have seen gradual improvements on him. We have encouraged him that we will take him out for a stroll if he recovers well.
Mr. Chen, who lives in Tainan Guantian, was burned and had a stroke. He was once severely depressed. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers and Tima doctors have walked into his house and opened his heart.
If you do rehabilitation, your muscles will be more flexible. We have great interaction, so I tried to encourage him to continue to undergo physical therapy until he is back to a healthy state.
With volunteers' love, Mr. Chen does rehabilitation diligently now. Not only has he regained his health, but he was able to smile once again.
Grandpa Guan, a solitary senior who lives in Douliu, Yunlin, lived in an old house. The roof was damaged and water leakage was a huge problem. After Tzu Chi volunteers learned about his situation, they went to the senior home to start a renovation project. The volunteers work effectively to repair various aspects of the home. They all hope to work at a fast pace so that Grandpa Guan can have a safe and comfortable place to live in. Let's check out the final transformation.
The staff of the construction department and Tzu Chi volunteers climbed all the way up to the roof to remove the debris. There were also many exposed roof tiles that were damaged. Carefully removing the old roof tiles one by one, forming an assembly line made the cleanup effort much quicker. After it was all cleared, new roof beams were installed and new roof tiles were layered on. The once broken down 100-year-old house has been given a facelift.
I have all these Tzu Chi volunteers here helping me. I don't have to worry about anything now. I feel more cheerful and lively. I'm a lot happier.
Upon hearing the news, we quickly mobilized a team to come help out.
The weather is changing. We all thought the faster we can get it all done, the faster he will have a home to rest in.
The solitary senior in Yunlin, Grandpa Guan, has an old home with plenty of leakage problems. When it rained, most of the furniture were damaged. Fortunately, Tzu Chi assisted in all the various repair jobs and the interior was given a new coat of paint, along with brand new electrical wiring and lighting systems.
Through Tzu Chi volunteers' kindness and devotion, everyone quickly came together, using all available resources to help us with the renovation project.
Cooking glutinous rice dumplings and putting up Chinese New Year couplets, while songs of blessings are ringing in the background, the 100-year-old house has been given a new life. Grandpa Guan is ever so joyful embracing his new home.
In 2006, Vo Chiling traveled from Vietnam to the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan to receive surgery for congenital heart disease. It was very successful. She was discharged from the hospital and returned to Vietnam after 1 month of treatment. Now, 12 years later, she not only grew up healthy, but she also cherishes her chance to be reborn again.
The 18-year-old Vietnamese girl Vo Chin Lin and her family welcomed the arrival of Tzu Chi volunteers. The old footage played on the computer is the memory that the Vo family will never forget. Since Chin Lin suffers from congenital heart disease, her blood oxygen level has been very low, threatening her life. Back then, medical resources in Vietnam were insufficient. Thanks to the help of Tzu Chi, Chin Lin was able to come to Taiwan to seek medical treatment. 12 years later, Chin Lin not only grew up healthy, but she also cherished the given chance to be reborn by studying hard.
I feel that Tzu Chi has created both a new life and future for me. This allows me to survive and continue to form good affinities with more people.
With the help of Tzu Chi volunteers in Vietnam, Chin Lin was able to see Dr. Zheng Jinfeng again through live video. Recalling the past, everyone is still deeply impressed.
I feel as though I had returned to the time of 12 years ago. That feeling is still there. I'm very happy that I did something at that time to help this child. Seeing she is fine now, I feel really happy. Tzu Chi's medical mission not only saves patients' lives with love and care, but also overcomes language and ethnicity barriers to spread the power of love.
In December, Tzu Chi volunteers paid a visit to a nursing home in Xizhi. Usually the volunteers sing songs with the seniors or watch a performance together. But this year was different. The volunteers arranged a variety of fun activities for them to play, bringing out the fun and childlike side of these seniors. Let's take a look.
The seniors haven't played rock, paper, scissors for a while. The volunteers brought back their childhood memories and the game is on. Deep inside, there's a playful heart. Xizhi Tzu Chi volunteers have arranged fun activities for the elders at the nursing home.
可以让老人家就是来同乐的同时。
I think it's great that the seniors can come out and have fun. At the same time, they can feel the atmosphere of Christmas. There are also gifts, so I believe they will love it.
Christmas is around the corner. The volunteers also taught the seniors how to make paper snowflakes, hoping to let them feel the holiday spirit.
The Tzu Chi Canada chapter has been working with the Salvation Army in providing vegetarian lunches for both the low-income families and the homeless population for more than 20 years. During the holiday season, the volunteers also offer gifts to individuals at a drug rehabilitation center.
For people in the rehabilitation center, to be loved, trusted, and forgiven is the most important encouragement they long for while trying to get back on the right track.
Thank you so much to all of you. Like you really make a difference for people who feel not cared about.
You want to give me cry.
Well, it's true. You know, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain and addiction.
Good times always come from good hearts.
These aphorisms are the gifts Tzu Chi volunteers always bring to the drug rehabilitation center. These words of wisdom are like a spring in the desert for these rehab residents, giving them encouragement. In the cold winter, Tzu Chi Canada chapter also went to the Salvation Army Service Center to cook hot vegetarian meals every second Friday each month. They have helped countless homeless and low-income people for the past 20 years. Volunteers hope that they could at least give them positive encouragement.
In our next report, we'll meet a recycling volunteer who has lost her right hand. 65-year-old recycling volunteer Xiao Jishu lost her right hand in a factory accident more than 30 years ago. After getting a prosthesis, she has dedicated herself to recycling and has found a new meaning in her life.
At the recycling station, volunteer Xiao Jishu replaces her prosthesis arm, which is better suited to sorting recyclable items.
The hook breaks the bag. This arm was used for training. As it is not a formal prosthesis, I end up using it for work as it is quite convenient.
More than 30 years ago, when her child was only 1 year old, Xiao lost her right hand in a factory accident.
When I lost my right hand, I was very depressed, but I still had to hang on. I thought to myself, it is predestined? Life goes on whether I'm happy or sad.
Xiao does not complain about her misfortunes. After getting a prosthesis, she continued to work. Later, she joined the ranks of recycling volunteers and found new meaning at the recycling station.
I'm very happy doing this. On the day before I head to the recycling station, I would put on my sleeves and gloves for my scooter. Then I would ride to the recycling station.
She has made great use of her life. She's doing things happily, whether she's at home or volunteering.
Despite the loss of her right hand, Xiao has not lost hope. She still faces every day with optimism.
A class of gifted students from Zhanghua's Nanguo Elementary School adopted the central official residence of Nanguo Magistrate. The project was part of the Tzu Chi Foundation's public charity program for youth creators. They transform abandoned space into an educational resource. Teachers and students now host regular exhibitions in the residence, giving new life to the old building.
While performing this graduation song, one can hear the sound of summer humming in the background. This isn't a sound added through post-production, but actually due to the fact that this studio is located in a century-old house that is surrounded by trees. Turning the clock back to 1920, this is the residence of Japanese officials, with 16 Japanese-style buildings located here in an area referred to as the official residence of Nanguo Magistrate. After nearly 100 years of personnel changes along with wind and rain, the residence of the Nanguo Magistrate was left quite dilapidated and abandoned. Nanguo Elementary's gifted class teachers Chen Youyu and Wu Jiaming led the students into the community and discovered this treasure.
After coming a few times, I have developed an interest in this place and have slowly developed some feeling for it. The students say it's a pity to waste such a nice building. If there's a school unit that can adopt this place for cultural and local education, I think it's a good way to learn about this area. I think that doing this is quite a good thing.
The school then sought to adopt 2 of the buildings. Teachers, students, parents, and volunteers then proceeded to transform the space. During the renovation process, teachers and students found the machine gun bullet holes left from World War II. When finishing the sliding doors, students found an official document from the Meiji era, which was used as paper for one panel on the door. More and more surprises are contained within this building, as it has motivated students to learn more about history. After the renovation, Nanguo Magistrate Residence has become a sort of history lesson, which mixes an aesthetic experience to create a sort of community memory. This has led these once abandoned old houses to new life.
We have turned it into an exhibition area. Each room has an exhibition space and has a special theme.
A local youth action team is inspired by the spirit behind the Nanguo Magistrate Residence and has extended the spirit from this compound down different alleys and streets. They're inspired to seek out other houses as well as trees and grass areas.
When standing in front of these leaves, it's like 2 people dancing.
This nut of this powder puff tree is like a cloud, and these branches are nourished by the rain that falls to the earth.
The walls and floors of this area have been transformed into something altogether different.
The walls of old homes are the thing of my work. I hope you can feel the beauty of old houses after seeing my work.
I arranged these photos in a special sequence. I hope that everyone can see my work and feel the footprints of history.
The work is really full of imagination. We also find that their observations are sometimes more subtle than us. Some elements of everyday life we don't notice, but they can dig it out one by one.
In addition to exhibitions, various courses are also held here. Community volunteers lead the children to participate in class with photography and art courses emphasized.
This type of urban study is much more realistic than what we read in books. Students can really enter this area and touch and see history.
Putting learning into action and getting a real feel for history has given the Nangua Magistrate official residents new life. Many believe that even more stories will come forth in the future, creating an infinite number of possibilities.
In 2015, the Ministry of Education started to implement a special summer program. This year, 530 schools participated. The courses range from spurring innovation, science, and local cultures. One of the goals is to promote local language study, as well as handicrafts and learning more about local monuments.
Standing in front of this crowd and speaking the Hakka dialect to introduce this temple are young children who are serving as tour guides. Before, they were unable to converse in Hakka.
Before, when my aunt asked me something, I wouldn't understand anything that she would say. I would ask my grandmother what she was saying, and she would get quite mad. So I decided to learn this language.
With many feeling that local culture is gradually in decline, teachers use the summer vacation to plan courses. They don't just want children to speak the Hakka language, but also learn traditional culture.
From proverbs and songs, children can learn about Hakka culture. We want to cultivate children with interesting courses and not let them feel that our Hakka culture is very distant.
Such courses are also being taught in other schools, with indigenous children experiencing wood carving along with traditional foods. Also, traditional Minnan clothing was introduced in tours of historic buildings.
The emphasis of these courses is giving students the chance to experience special activities. More than half of the courses involve activities with language learning not taking place only in the classroom, but through related activities. This is the way that students prefer to study.
The Ministry of Education launched the summer program in 2015. The hope of the program is that students will use summer vacation to learn local language, while other programs promote science camps or fun experience activities for middle school students.
In Taiwan, the superintendent of Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, Dr. Lin Xinrong, led the medical staff to make red envelopes of blessing and wisdom. During the process, they also chanted the Buddha's name, as it is a way to practice their patience. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.